What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry, and today's video is on the Atlanta Hawks, and we're going to be talking about how bright of a future this team has, man. We're going to jump right into the video. Now, man, I've been having to make a lot of videos on the Atlanta Hawks. They just keep, throughout the postseason, they kept getting better and better. And even though they lost against the Bucks, they still show me that this team is going to be, special in the future. And the Atlanta Hawks really started catching my attention in like the second half, really the beginning of the season. They started off the season strong. They hit a little bit of a rough patch, and then after the All-Star break, they started to pick it up. But when they finished at like the 5th or 6th seed, when I was looking at them, I definitely was thinking like, they get into the conference finals. But as the postseason progressed, I'm like, damn, man, this team is legit. And you look at what they did against the first round. They played the New York Knicks. Now I predicted that series would go, 7 games, and I had the Hawks winning because, you look at them on paper, the Hawks have, more talent, but I just thought it would go 7 games because it's 2 teams, with little to no playoff experience and, with very young players. I thought it would be like a slugfest, but Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, they went out there and they got the Knicks out of there in five games. And the way that they did it, man, it was so entertaining, man. Trae Young was being the perfect villain. Like now the people of New York, they hate Trae Young, man. They still in New York acting crazy, slandering Trae Young's name. It's pretty funny. So I like that type of stuff. I feel like that's good for basketball. And now every time the Hawks is traveling to New York, we can't miss that game because it's like a little rivalry now. But that series surprised me. They beat the Knicks in 5 games, and then fast forward to the second round. At the start of that series, nobody had even with Joel Embiid, with his little meniscus tear, I still have Philly winning. Most people still pick Philly to win, and then the Atlanta Hawks went out there and they proved everybody wrong again. Now it took them 7 games to beat the Sixers, which was there's no shock there. 76ers is a pretty good basketball team, and I thought the Atlanta Hawks, I thought Trae Young and the rest of the guards, the rest of the the backcourt, I thought they would struggle against the 76ers because the 76ers just have perimeter defenders everywhere with Diabu, Ben Simmons. I know Danny Green didn't play much, but Danny Green, I don't think he played at all that series. He was hurt, but still, the 76ers are like number 2 in defense in the league. And I thought the Atlanta Hawks was gonna struggle with that, but Trae Young had some pretty big time games. Kevin Porter, he stepped up in that game 7. And it's just, they got the job done, man. They proved everybody wrong. They got the Philadelphia 76ers out of there in 7 games. And I know a lot of people, I be talking to people and they be telling me like, yeah, Joel Embiid, he wasn't hurt, but Joel Embiid averaged like 30, 36, 35, and like 13 rebounds that game. And I know Joel Embiid ain't using that as no excuse that he was hurt because, how could I use that as an excuse, if I'm dropping 36 and 13 rebounds a game? There was points in the game where, in the fourth quarter, when the 76ers was trying to get it done in the fourth quarter, Joel Embiid just looked gas. And, he was being careless with the basketball when he get fatigued. I don't think his injury hampered him too much. So, you just got to give props to the Atlanta Hawks. And we fast forward to the 3rd round, man, where they took the Bucks 6 games, and they unfortunately this time they couldn't get the job done. But they were without their best player for games. I believe it was games 5 and 6. And game 4, Trae Young suffered a weird injury. Backing up, didn't see the ref, and he kind of like twisted his foot on him or something. And they ruled it as a bruise, a bone bruise, and they kept him out for game 5. And then that game 5 game, man, that showed me how much fight this Atlanta Hawks team has. And they came out there without their best player, without their player that's been shining all throughout this playoffs. and they came out and beat the Bucks. Although Giannis going down in the second half, the Milwaukee Bucks is still a formidable team. So, you know, for them to win that Game 5, this showed me that this team has a lot of fight, a lot of spirit, and, you know, you love to see that. And then, you know, Game 6, Trae Young played, man, but you could tell he was hampered, man. You could tell. And, you know, it just wasn't, you know, he just couldn't produce how he usually could. So, you know, and then they lose in 6. So, you know, that's how their postseason went, man. You look at all the players, all these young guys they got. Trae Young, he's only 22, and he might be a part of the most iconic trade of all time for him and Luka Doncic. It's like, you know, from what Trae Young did, you know, this season, especially in the postseason, you know, you can look at that trade now you know, now you can actually, you know, now it's a conversation on who you would pick between Luka Doncic and Trae Young. Like that's a legit conversation now. So, but Trae Young, you know, he gonna be around for a long time. He gonna average 25 plus, 10 plus assists a game, and you know he's just a great player. And then you look at Cam Reddish, who was hurt this whole season, and Cam Reddish has a whole bunch of upside. He's athletic. He's like 6'7", 6'8", and he can shoot the damn basketball. And he play defense. So, you know, Cam Reddish, once he gets healthy, I'm really excited for the type of player, you know, he's going to be next year. I feel like he's still learning. He's still, just learning how to play his role in basketball. And then this next guy, DeAndre Hunter, the Hawks were without him this postseason. I feel like he's one of their best players. You know, he was averaging 15 points a game this season, 48% from the field, about 32% from the three. You know, you want to see that 3-point percentage go up a little bit, but you know he's still young. He's only going to get better, and he's a hell of a defender. You know, he plays great defense on the perimeter. Can guard probably 1 through 3, 1 through 4, and you know he's just a very versatile player. Man, these guys have a lot of young players, man. John Collins, I know he has the option to leave this year. I expect him to stay after this postseason run that the Atlanta Hawks just went on. But you know, he's only 23 years of age, and he's really good, man. We've seen him have some good games this postseason. And you know, he has some flair to him, man. When he got that dunk on Embiid and put him in the headlock, and then somehow, by the end of the game, somebody got that on a T-shirt for him. I feel like that was very disrespectful on him. That was very rude. It was uncalled for, man. He didn't have to put Embiid on a T-shirt like that. And then who else does this? Atlanta Hawks. These guys have everybody. They got Kevin Huerter. He's only like 22, 23 years old. We seen how good he can be, man, how he can catch on fire. And he helped seal the deal against the Philadelphia 76ers when he dropped that 27 points a game. So, you know, he's really good. He got upside. And forgive me for this. I'm gonna try to pronounce this to the best of my ability. Onyeka Okongwu. He played with Tino Hills. He played with LaMelo Ball and Lonzo. He played with them guys at Tino Hills. He's really good. He got a lot of upside. He's only 20. So, and some people might think like, damn, it's only one basketball. What are the Atlanta Hawks are gonna do with all these, players? And I feel like that's the good. I feel like that's a bright side. You can let these guys develop. See who's gonna, see how good they're gonna get. And then if everybody is too good and everybody, somebody want like more touches, and then the Atlanta Hawks will have they have assets, man. They can move some of these guys if they wanted to for a better player to put their team in a better position to win, or they can just get everybody to buy into a role, and they can thug it out. And they got a pretty solid basketball team, so I'm really excited to see what the Atlanta Hawks are gonna do over these next 3 to 5 years. I feel like they're going to be a very dangerous basketball team. And this playoff run that they just went on just made them a lot more dangerous. So, and that's going to be it for this video, man. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below. Comment down below who's your favorite who's your favorite Atlanta Hawk, and subscribe, man. Subscribe for more weekly content. We cover, all different topics on the NBA, and the Atlanta Hawks have been, they've been in my videos a lot because they just like, I gotta talk about them. I got to. So, but yeah, man. Hey, that's curtains.